So, I guess, good evening, everyone. So, today I'm going to discuss about Selenium WebDriver Architecture. So, we are having one more topic called Selenium WebDriver Architecture. So, before going to today's topic, let me recap what we have discussed yesterday. So, yesterday we have discussed about what is Selenium and what are the components of selenium and what are the tools that comes uh, under the umbrella of selenium. So the components of selenium and the selenium history. So who invented selenium? Who invented selenium? This comes under selenium history only, and we have discussed the major part of features of selenium. So let me quickly recap these following steps once again. So what we have discussed so that you will get the knowledge of that. So Selenium. So I told that yesterday Selenium is a tool, is a open source tool where we use this tool for automating the web applications by using different types of platforms and by using different types of browsers. So this is pretty simple called Selenium. And coming to the features of the Selenium, it's free of cost. It's a open source tool where we can use for different types of web browsers. First one is free of cost, and the second one is different platforms, and the third one is different browsers. So the Selenium supports multiple programming languages. So we can interact with browsers very actively like in users. So and parallel execution is possible by using this Selenium, which enormously decreases the test cycle period. Right. So these are some main features of the Selenium that we have already discussed yesterday. Right. Next, coming to the components of Selenium. So we are the Selenium is not a one tool, it's a combination of so many different types of tools which comes under one umbrella called Selenium. This Selenium contains Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So this Selenium IDE is an prototyping tool which we can use only for record and playback sessions. I already yesterday explained about this. And this remote control is the tool where they have introduced. Uh, it's a core tool where they have introduced the programming languages, introduction of programming languages into this, and now they have deprecated this version. Now, what are the features are there? They have mixed these remote control features into WebDriver features, and this is a popular tool that we are going to discuss today and for our next videos also. And the Selenium Grid is pretty simple that whenever we are having some hundreds and thousands of test cases, if you want to execute them parallelly, then we should go for Selenium Grid. This Selenium Grid is not going to work independently. It's going to dependent on WebDriver or Selenium uh, WebDriver or remote control. As remote control got deprecated, so we can't use this with remote control, and we can use only this with Selenium WebDriver. And coming to who invented Selenium and the history of the Selenium, Josh and Huggins. This guy made an headache for us. So to learn the Selenium in 2004. So he laid the foundation. As we are having different types of components, IDE, RC, WebDriver, Grid. These four are invented by different people later, but the foundation was laid by Joseph Huggins in 2004 while he was working near a company called ThoughtWorks as a manual test engineer. So he used to automate the web. So he used to execute the test cases repeatedly by using manual testing only, so that he come up with a thought of why not we should go for automation, so which reduces the work. So that's the foundation laid by him. So it is pretty much clear about Selenium history. So this is the thing that we have discussed yesterday, and today now we are going to discuss about one major part of Selenium WebDriver, that is how this Selenium WebDriver architecture is going to work. Now, see, so whatever we have written in the Selenium, those are called as test scripts. So how? So how it will work in a sense? So to write these test scripts in automation testing, so we should have the first prerequisite is manual test cases. So by seeing these manual test cases, by understanding these manual test cases clearly, so we will convert these manual test cases into automated test cases. So how these automated test cases are called as test scripts. So test scripts is nothing but automated test cases. How these automated test cases are we are going to create in the sense, as we have discussed, our topic is Selenium by using different types of tools called Selenium. Our tool is Selenium, and by using programming languages. So by using programming languages and by using any tool, if we convert the manual test cases into automated test cases, those we will call as test scripts. Right, pretty simple. Now, so we will have test script. So we will have a code in programming language, which we'll call it as a test script. Correct? No? So now this why we are converting all these manual test cases into test automated test cases to do automation testing. What this automation testing will do? This will do, we need to automate the browsers like Chrome browser, web browser. So why we need to do? So we are not going to do manually, we are going to automate the things. So whenever we are writing a script and executing them, how this is going to internally communicating with the browsers. How? So we are writing the script and we are executing it, and it is directly executing on browser. It will execute also. So I will show you in the next lectures also how it will execute. So it is going to communicate with the process. So what's the process behind this execution? There comes the topic of Selenium WebDriver Architecture. So I'm going to discuss this now. So just may give you a minute. So I will arrange these things and clearly write for you. So now, as I told, so we will write the test scripts first. Test scripts by using different types of tools plus programming language. So this is the test script that we are having. Now, especially Selenium, Selenium will contain different types of client libraries. So Selenium contains Selenium client libraries. So these are different for each and every language. So for Python, it will be different. For Java, it will be different. For each and every language, for Java, there will be a one client library. For Python, there will be a one more client library. For .NET, there will be one more client library. For Ruby, there will be one more client library. So we are having different types of Selenium client libraries under this. By using the Selenium client libraries only, we are able to write the test scripts. We are going to write the test scripts. So by using different types of programming languages only, right? In the sense, if you are using a tool called Selenium with Java, if you are using a Java in the sense, we are using internally using Selenium client libraries. Now, if you are writing any script and executing this Selenium client libraries will comes into picture. So what the Selenium client libraries will do, in the sense, these will convert our test scripts into HTTP requests. These will convert our test scripts into HTTP requests. HTTP requests by using W3C protocol. Yes. So these Selenium client libraries will convert these R scripts into HTTP requests by using W3C protocol. So what does mean by HTTP request? So you can ask what does mean by HTTP request and what does mean by W3C protocol. HTTP request is nothing but, so if you know are aware of API testing, so it will be very clear for us. So otherwise I will tell you, so not a problem here also. So whenever we are going to login or we are typing a request, so we will get https dot double colon slash google.com or else twitter.com. So this is HTTP. This is protocol. This we will call as HTTP request, and this we will call as request or protocol. This we will call. Now before this, we are having some www dot, right. So this is W3C protocol. That's so nothing there. HTTP request. This entire we will call as HTTP request. Now what does mean by really mean by W3C protocol? So W3C protocol in the sense World Wide Web Consortium. So this refers to W3C protocol. And this HTTP request will contain of different types of data called get request, post request, put request, patch request. So these are different types of requests where we will get in API testing also, and while using backend we will use this request. If get in the sense, so that particular URL will get the data. If it is post in the sense, that particular URL will save the data. So if put in the sense, it will put or patch in the sense it will update the data. So likewise, we are having different types of HTTP requests in a sense. So that is not a part of Selenium today. So just to have clarity, I explain you this. So let coming back to our topic. So these Selenium client libraries will convert our commands to HTTP requests by using W3C protocol. So, so why? So why only? And you may ask a question that why W3C protocol? Why not other protocols? So I know as of now, I know we are having JSON wire protocol also. So the Selenium, like Selenium RC in Selenium core, they are using to use this JSON wire protocol, which is not that much good for automating web applications or dynamically. So that's why they went for W3C web W3C protocol. So this W3C protocol is a common thing that can be understandable by each and every browser that we are having. In the sense, so if any browser, if you take any browser like Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Firefox, or Safari, so we are having lots of browsers, right? So these all browsers will work on based on this W3C protocol only. So it's like a common communication platform. So let's say if we take our world as an example, so we are having different types of languages, right? So we are having Telugu, we are having English, we are having Spanish, German, so lots of Japanese. We are having so many languages, right? But whenever it's come to worldwide communications, we use English as some common language, right? So most probably, so whenever it's coming to the communication, we will do English as in common thing, common communication to entire world. So likewise, in our application also, we will use, so the entire browsers will use W3C protocol. So that's why Selenium people went for this W3C protocol to convert all our test scripts into HTTP requests. Right, correct. So now these Selenium client libraries will convert this HTTP request by using W3C convert. Now this this all the HTTP requests are given to drivers. So what are these drivers? So why can't browsers? In a sense, every browser will have their own driver before it's. So let me tell you. So we are having actual browser, right? Actual browsers we are having. So what are the browsers? Chrome browser we are having, Edge browser we are having, uh, Firefox browser we are having. So before this actual browser, we will have something called as drivers, browser drivers. So we are having Chrome driver, for Edge we are having Edge driver, for Firefox we are having Gecko drivers. Not Firefox driver, it's Gecko driver. So we are having Gecko driver. So we are having different types of drivers. So why drivers? Why not browsers? Let's say we are writing our script in Java per se, and this browser language was C sharp. So this HTTP request we have converted into Java only. So, but this is not able to understand, right? So these drivers are the translators between the Selenium client libraries and the browsers. So what these browsers really will do, these will communicate, these will translate. 1 minute. So these drivers will translate these HTTP requests to the browser native languages or browser understandable languages. So we are having Chrome driver. Under drivers, we will have Chrome drivers, Edge driver, Gecko driver. So these are the drivers we are having. So this driver is acts as a translator, and this converts this HTTP request into native understandable language by the browser. So this is the work that has been done by the drivers. Now, so whenever these will give this request to the browser, these are the real browsers. The real browsers will do the actions, whatever that we have written in the code, like clicking, send keys, so navigating between the tabs to tabs or waiting. So whatever it may be, so whatever the commands that we have written in our code, so these real browsers will execute. Once after execution got completed, again in the same process, these will give back responses to the right. Yes. So this browser will give the responses to the drivers, and these will be converted into HTTP request, and this will be converted into Selenium, and our script will get results as this. So this is there. So this is Selenium architecture. If we are writing a test scripts and submitting it, just we are seeing what is running on the browser, but we can't able to see how these entire processes is going on. Yes. So this is the thing that internally happens whenever we are writing a script and executing the script in the real process. Right. So this is the thing. Let me show you some examples regarding W3C protocol. Let's say see, you can see my screen, right? So here I'm searching for Naukri.com. Let's say, see www.naukri.com. So if I copy this, so if I copy this and paste this in my notepad, let's say, so I will take one more notepad. So, so this is this is a HTTP request, guys. So see, you can see here. So HTTPS www.naukri.com. So this is the www. So each and every browser will follow this W3C protocol and HTTP requests also. So that's why the Selenium client libraries are going to convert the things into HTTP request by using W3C protocol. So that's the reason. So nothing behind that. Right now. So understood, right? So this is the thing. So let me quickly recap this for you. So this is going to be happen whenever we are writing a script, any script you can take. This is going to be happen. Now I will show you a thing. So see, you can see here that we are having Selenium client libraries. These Selenium client libraries will convert this into W3C protocol and HTTP request, and this will convert into the this will give to the browser drivers. Those browser drivers will give all the necessary commands to the real browsers, and real browsers will going to execute them. Right? Simple, right? Now, so I have prepared some points regarding this only, so to get to know about these things. So you can see here is Selenium WebDriver Architecture summary. See, so I will once again I will explain you step by step. See, we the test engineers write automation scripts using programming languages like Java, Python, and Ruby. Different types of programming languages by using automation tools like Selenium. So for each and every programming language, Selenium provides different types of client libraries. So which we will use to write that our test code, right? So these Selenium client libraries converts our code, our written code into HTTP request using W3C protocol. The next point I told you about W3C protocol. The W3C WebDriver Protocol defined by World Wide Web Consortium is a standard communication protocol that is understood by the all modern browsers. So that's why the Selenium guys has take this protocol as a universal protocol and converting these all our test scripts into this protocol. These HTTP requests are sent to the respective browser drivers. So Selenium client libraries have created HTTP requests, right? These HTTP requests will be will be given to the respective browser drivers. That is Chrome driver, Greco driver, and Edge driver. So we are not going to communicate with the browsers directly. So if you see here, so these HTTP requests are not going to communicate directly with the browsers. Why? Because the browser compatibility issues might come. So this might be in Java language, this might be in different types of languages. So for that purpose, we are communicating with, through drivers and to real browsers. We are communicating indirectly with the browsers by using drivers directly. Yes. So that's what I mentioned here. We do not communicate directly with the browsers. Instead, we communicate indirectly through the browser drivers. So each browser has its own driver, which acts as a translator between Selenium and the browser. So that's what I told. So this is the Selenium and this is the browser. So these drivers are going to act as in translators. Next, the real yes. So the browser drivers receives the HTTP request and converts it into the format that the browser can understand into the specific format or native commands. The real browsers then execute the actions such as click, type, navigate, WebDriver waits based on those commands. Then after execution, So after execution, the browser sends a response back to the driver, which is returned to the Selenium client libraries. Finally, the result is sent back to the test script, indicating whether the action was successful or not. So this is the process. This is the architecture that is going to be done when we have written a test script while and executing it in the real browsers. Yes. So this is guys. So this is pretty simple about Selenium WebDriver. Yes, that's it. So that's it for the today's lecture, and I will once again I will